¡Ayotzinapa vive!
¡La lucha sigue!
¡Ayotzinapa vive!
¡La lucha sigue!
¡Ayotzinapa vive!
¡La lucha sigue!
¡Ayotzinapa vive y vive!
¡La lucha sigue, sigue!
¡Ayotzinapa vive y vive!
¡La lucha sigue, sigue!
¡Gobierno fascista que mata normalistas!
¡Gobierno fascista que mata normalistas! ¡Gobierno fascista que mata normalistas! ¡Gobierno fascista que mata normalistas!
20.000 personas asesinadas, 27.000 personas desaparecidas y 43 estudiantes que aún no hemos encontrado.
Ya basta con la corrupción, basta con la violencia estatal, ya no se puede más. Son nuestros amigos, son nuestra familia, son nuestros compañeros, ya no se puede más.
En espacios como Colombia tenemos que hablar de este tipo de políticas. No todo puede ser nada más diversión y cultural, tenemos que hablar de lo que está sucediendo en nuestro país.
¿Está de acuerdo?
Not welcome here, Sandra Fuentes. You are not welcome here as an agent of the Mexican narco-state. We do not want you here. We Mexican immigrant students, we Chicanos, we don't want you here. You are killing our people in Mexico. The government that you work for kills our people in Mexico. You are not welcome here. No eres bienvenida aquí, Sandra Fuentes-Berain. No eres bienvenida. Nosotros, los inmigrantes, los estudiantes mexicanos inmigrantes, no te queremos aquí. Los chicanos, no te queremos aquí. Porque ustedes matan a nuestra gente. Porque tu gobierno nos obliga a venir a los Estados Unidos.
¿Por qué? ¿Por qué nos asesinan si somos la esperanza de América nativa? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué nos asesinan si somos la esperanza de América nativa?
¡Que mates a estudiantes! ¡Gobierno forzante! ¡Que mates a estudiantes! Mexico, that it is safe to privately invest in Mexico. Mexico is not safe. Mexico is not safe for us. Mexico is not safe for its own citizens because the Mexican narco government kills everybody. They kill everyone who dares to protest. They kill everyone who dares to ask for change, to do something to change our country. Sandra Fuentes-Berain, tú no eres bienvenida aquí y tú lo sabes. Tú eres un agente del narco-estado mexicano. Hoy se cumplen 5 meses desde la desaparición forzada de los 43 normalistas. No puedes estar aquí celebrando la cultura mexicana porque no hay nada que celebrar mientras están matando a estudiantes. No hay nada que celebrar. There is nothing to celebrate about Mexico while they're killing students in Mexico. There is nothing to celebrate. Shame on you, Casa Hispánica. Shame on you.
Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you.
Shame on you!
Shame on you.
Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you.
Shame on you! Station at Teachers College and Columbia University stand in solidarity with the 43 disappeared students from Ayotzinapa, Guerrero, Mexico. As future teachers, school counselors, and education and human rights activists, and as the children and grandchildren of campesinos, migrant workers, war and economic refugees, and political exiles from colonized, displaced, and diasporic communities in Mexico, Latin America, and the U.S., we recognize in our privilege as students at Columbia University and Teachers College, the oldest graduate school of education in the United States, the need to join in solidarity to demand the safe return of the young Raúl Isidro Burgos Teachers College students who were disappeared by Mexican narco police on September 26, 2014 in the town of Iguala. ¡Vivos se los llevaron!
¡Vivos los queremos!
Alive you took them!
Alive we want them back!
We denounce the drug-related and state-fueled violence that enables these atrocities to be committed time and time again against poor, rural, and indigenous communities with complete impunity by the United States, funded and trained militarized Mexican narco state. We demand an end to the physical, psychological, emotional, sexual, and economic violence and disarray that has led to the internal displacement of over 1,600 people who have been forced to leave their homes in Mexico. This includes droves of Mexican students, many of whom have been forced to flee to the United States in the thousands as unaccompanied minors, refugees, as a direct result of neoliberal economic policies, namely NAFTA, and the US-funded so-called war on drugs, which since 2006 has claimed the lives of over 70,000 children, women, and men of Mexico, and which has had an equally devastating and genocidal effect in Central and South America. ¡Viva se los llevaron!
¡Viva los queremos!
Alive you took them!
Alive we want them back!
Recognizing the many ties that bind us to the efforts of our compañeros normalistas to resist the neoliberal privatization of education in Mexico, we denounce any ties that Teacher College and Columbia University might have with the Mexican government and the corrupt Mexican economic and political elite that have instituted the national educational reforms currently underway in Mexico, which are often legitimized within our institutions' elitist spaces. We specifically condemn any relationship that Teachers College and Columbia University may have with Mexican media monopoly Televisa and its token philanthropic attempts to clean its name through Fundación Televisa. Since for decades, Televisa has benefited and played a complicit role in supporting dictatorship and tyranny in Mexico. ¡Viva se los llevaron!
¡Viva los queremos!
¡Alive you took them!
¡Alive we want them back!
46 years after the state-sponsored Tlatelolco massacre of hundreds of students in Mexico, we continue to bleed through an open wound that reminds us that to forget our history is to condemn ourselves to repeat it. The Mexican narco-state may have attempted to disappear compañeros normalistas, but we refuse to be passively complicit in their double disappearance from our collective memory. ¡Viva se los llevaron!
¡Viva los queremos!
¡Alive you took them!
¡Alive we want them back!
To protest the Mexican narco state. We're proud to be Mexicans, but we're not proud of what's happening in Mexico. Students are getting murdered, you know what I mean? We're here to represent the student front and let you guys know that we're going to continue protesting, you know what I mean?
Today marks 5 months since 43 students were forcibly disappeared in Mexico by the Mexican narco state. Over 120,000 people have been killed in Mexico in the past 8 years since the US-funded war on drugs started in Mexico. 27,000 people have been forcibly disappeared in Mexico. 6 women are killed in Mexico every day. We are a group of students, we're a group of artists bringing awareness about the violence in Mexico and denouncing the Mexican narco state.
Denounce all missing 43 Ayotzinapa students dead. Parents and supporters continue to ignore any official declarations in matter because the government only has DNA evidence proving the death of one student. Austrian experts have declared the supposed evidence used to declare the death of the remaining 42 inconclusive and impossible to work with. The sad truth is that average everyday folks in the USA are just not paying attention. The disappearance of 43 rural education students in Mexico has struck an international chord elsewhere. However, disappearances as a concept is a tough pill to swallow anywhere. When it comes to Latin America, disappearances are just not as painful, are not just a painful past. They are never painful present and an extremely terrorizing future. They're waging a war against our future. They're waging a war against our children. In Mexico, the right to study is an act of terrorism. And that's why we're here. We're the voices of those people in our country. We're trying to bring their echo to justice and to freedom. And we appreciate all of you listening. Whoever listened, whoever paid attention, this is a global virus that's spreading. It's not only happening in our country, it's happening all over the world. It's a war against our youth. This war on drugs doesn't exist. It's a war against our people. It's a war against the poor. And I feel that we should all pay attention and feel this horror that we live in. It's daily. Thank you. Ayotzinapa vive!
La lucha sigue!